This is the second in our Spill the Coffee series where we answer your questions that you've been asking us over the last couple of years. So the first one today is, what's your favourite place? We are reading this off the screen. What's the favourite place you've ever camped and why? Well, it's got to be the Lake District. I don't know. There are videos you won't have seen yet that are coming up in the next 12 months.
There are some really nice ones in the lakes, and we keep going back to them
they're
because they are our favourites.
But that's local-ish to us.
I suppose favourite place, yes, it's got to be sort of Honest Away, hasn't it?
Yeah. Just for ease, getting to Keswick and...
Yeah, you're out in the wilds, in the hills. There's walks, the dogs are free, quiet road.
Yeah, there's a nice place to just jump in the water and have a wash.
And as Darryl says, it's close to Keswick and all the other, not far from Cockermouth and other areas in the lakes. So, yeah, I suppose that's our go-to place, isn't it?
But
favourite, as in all-time favourite.
There's a place in the Lake District. At the beginning of our videos, you'll see the drone shot of the van, the drone going around the van. That's up in the Lake District, and that's one that we've been going to for absolutely years. We know we're okay there. We get on with the farmer who owns that land, and he's pulled us out a couple of times when we've been stuck.
We waterlogged one of the last times we were up there, weren't we? And he pulled us out.
That's probably an all-time favourite. But as I say, there are new favourites that you won't have seen yet.
And they're just because they're great park-ups.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not as though... I mean, we're lucky, I think, sometimes when we do find these park-ups, because we don't go out... We used to park for nights, and then sort of Northumberland, it was just a bit of suck it and see, and there were some nice ones in the forests and things.
But going back to one's videos you've not seen yet, when we were up in Scotland on this SWC 300 series, it's going out at the moment. There was the forest there, wasn't there? That was really, really nice. And then further along, that you're probably going to see towards the end of this year, maybe early next year, when we've been in the Outer Hebrides. There's one we parked at 3 times because it was easy, it was nice, it was out of the way, and that was overlooking the airport on Barra. And that was a really nice one, wasn't it?
Again,
we could open the doors, we had a nice view of the beach and the airport, and the dogs were free, there was no sheep around or anything, so the dogs had the freedom. So that always makes a difference for us.
The other one, a long time ago, is up in the Yorkshire Dales.
Yeah, there's one there.
Again, there, the dogs can open the doors and they're up in the not hills, but, well, I suppose hills, not mountains, aren't they? But in the Dales, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, park-ups for us, always first and foremost, it's what's going to suit the dogs best. We come second, don't we?
As always.
Ginger Fred asked, if your campervan could talk, what secrets would it spill?
I don't think we have any, do we? Unless you get up to things when I'm at work in the campervan.
No.
It's never moved when I come back.
It does tend to, no, to be honest, we both tend to strip off and just go around in long T-shirts if we're out in the wilds and...
even at home.
And sat in the van, we'll just wear a long T-shirt and nothing else. Campervan would probably tell you that. So, next question is, what's one place that surprised you in a good or bad way? That's a difficult one.
I've no idea.
I can't answer that one because there's nowhere that I've really thought, wow.
Well, there's places that it's thought, wow.
Yeah, but not surprised us. I mean, not in a wow, that's surprised us kind of way.
I suppose when we've been into church, some of the churches that we've been to, and you go through the door.
The ladies just kicked the dog bowl, spilt it.
You open up some of the church
Yeah.
doors, and then
I was thinking of it as the question as a way of park-ups, but not including park-ups.
Yeah.
Some churches, some ruins.
Winchester Cathedral was quite amazing, but we thought it was going to be just from the frontage.
Yeah.
But some of the smaller churches we've gone to.
Yeah, again, we're going to say Lake District, but some of the small churches you've seen in past videos in the lakes are just like, wow. And the fact that they're still going and still being used, they're working churches, aren't they? But again, the ruins that we see, that we come across, the Outer Hebrides, some of the places we saw there.
The standing stones,
Callanish standing stones were like, wow, this is...
Hadrian's Roman stuff at Northumberland. So.
You'll know us of old, if you watched of old, that we do like the history. So, so that's that one.
In a bad way, don't think anything really stands out as a bad way.
No.
I suppose I was slightly disappointed with the top end of the Southwest 300.
SWC 300, there were a couple of places we thought, don't like this.
Yeah, when you got higher up to airway, although we had to stay there a while, there wasn't much. And then we found that valley a bit lower down where we stayed about 3 or 4 days.
Yeah.
No internet, no nothing, but just a nice area. So, yeah.
What's something you always argue about in the van? We don't really argue, do we?
Where he's put things.
Yeah, Keith gets wound up because I move things. Because I'm at home, so I can go and sit in the van and think, that'd work better there, but then Keith can never find things.
No.
But we don't really argue, to be honest. We're pretty lucky, aren't we?
Yeah.
You're pretty easy going on.
I'm just very tolerant.
And then the last one in this set of questions from Kathy Collie-Lover. What's a typical day in your van really like, with no edits for both you and the dogs? Get up.
They have breakfast in the van.
You take the dogs out early, don't
Yes.
you? The dogs go out for a walk early, and at that time I usually make breakfast. Then it's wash and loo.
Yeah. Decide where we're going, what we're doing, or if we haven't already done
we haven't
something.
already planned it.
That's about
Then
it.
it's just pootling along around the day, filming whatever we've decided to film, not filming what we've decided not to film, and then
enjoying the scenery.
just enjoying the scenery, find the park up if we've not already found one.
That's sometimes a bone of contention, isn't it? Because if we haven't planned it properly, and we're looking for a park up and it's dragging on, and we find some there and it's not suitable and we move on. So we really need to do our homework on park ups because of the dogs.
I mean, we usually do, don't we?
We do, but occasionally it falls apart.
We've said before that we will start thinking about a park up about 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the afternoon if it's summertime or it's lighter nights. If it's autumn, winter, and the nights are drawing in earlier, then we'll start thinking about 2 o'clock about finding somewhere. And often we'll go and look at somewhere and then just mark it down for parking later in the day. So that's a typical day, really. And then it's just, we don't have TV in the van, so it's usually just sat looking at phones, which can be a bone of contention.
Yes.
Or just listening to music.
Or reading.
Or nattering.
Or going to bed early.
Yeah, I mean, we tend to, especially in the darker nights, we tend to be in bed by 8 o'clock. We'd rather go to bed early and then get up early and enjoy more of the day. So that's the way we work it. So that's a typical day, really. Sometimes the cooking's from scratch, or if it's early on in a trip, then it's quite often stuff I've made beforehand and frozen and then chucked in the fridge just to keep us going those first few days. So that's a typical day, really. And for the dogs, it's walks, biscuits, walks,
biscuits.
Bay will be
and if there's any water around,
Bay will be in the water, and that will be like, Bay will be, are there any rocks to climb? And then it's dinner time for them, bedtime biscuit. and that's the dogs. They're just happy, really, so to be along with us, aren't
Yeah.
they? So that's it for this series of questions, and we'll see you on the next one.
Bye for now.